So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. So, yeah, so you can see there's a fair amount of barricades that have been set up. I would say this area is one of the more heavily barricaded areas I've seen. So there's a bunch of more folks off to my left with shields and helmets and stuff like that, and there's tents and stuff, like people's actual living spaces more back there. So let's take a look at some of the police presence. Looks like a contingent of clergy have arrived. I'm not sure if they're with the city or with someone else. Let's see what's going on, I guess. So it looks like we've got sort of shadowing the group of clergy. This is Philadelphia Police Civil Affairs and some of their audio-visual surveillance unit.
Unless you are here to offer people housing, please leave. Let me repeat that. Unless you are here with keys to housing for people, get the fuck out. Not now, right now.
Can I borrow that?
You got the flag. I got a mask right here.
No, I mean, can I borrow the microphone? Can I borrow your microphone?
For what?
Just to share.
To share what?
That we have some housing. We have some resources.
So seems like some of these clergy that are here have they seem to have some policy documents from the city of Philadelphia.
For the last 10 fucking years, and it don't do nothing. It doesn't make any sense to put people in housing, and in a year to 2 years, they're going to be back on the fucking street. We want we want affordable, safe, accessible, permanent housing. Permanent housing. No more this fly-by-night shit. No more throwing people in shelter where they have a chance to catch a fucking disease that can kill them. We want permanent fucking housing.
So it seems like what just happened, sorry, I'm trying not to walk into the shots of the other videographers here. Seems like what just happened is that some clergy members tried to deliver, like the city had some policies on homelessness that they wanted to deliver to the camp. It seemed like these clergy members were delivering that maybe on behalf of the city, a representative of the houseless encampment said basically, unless you're here to offer permanent housing, we don't want to hear it, basically. And so they, I saw one of these Philadelphia police officers from the Civil Affairs Unit. They've got these orange armbands. I saw one of them basically come up to the clergy pretty quickly and be like, hey, it's time to go. And so I don't know if they're just here with a police escort. I don't know if the clergy were here with a police escort or were here just like working in partnership with the police. You can see they're consulting over there. So yeah, so what we were down here starting to look at some of the police presence in the area, and then the clergy came up basically right where I am, walked up that way, tried to approach the barricade fence there with, I think some of you might have been able to see me zoom in on the stream. It was some kind of policy document that had the city of Philadelphia's letterhead on it, and people were basically, I think a speaker from the camp said, you know, this is the same stuff the city's been selling us for years and it doesn't work, we're not interested. So there might be more negotiation attempts playing out here before police move in. We have seen reports of police buses and stuff staging in the area, so if they do move to clear these camps with physical force, I would guess we'll be seeing the Philadelphia police SWAT team today. They're usually all in black with like riot helmets and stuff, which is like a more aggressive look than these officers are sporting at this time. I think maybe they got some speakers going on again.
I guarantee you, within a week or two, we'll be back. People are not going back under the bridge and be quiet. They're not going down in the subway stations and be quiet. No, fuck this whole system.
Fuck this whole system, that's right.
Housing here for the stuff should be here now.
And to our residents, we will rebuild for you. We are still here for you. All this is out here for you. Do you see how many people are out here for you? We are going to rebuild for you.
Shit, we tired of that. We tired of this empire shit. Running every other country in the goddamn world. Run this fucking country. We tired of this shit. Gigantic military money. Police running around. We got a police force here that I'm scared to fuck up. Fuck them cops. Fire them cops and build some houses.
Just for us, everybody, just for y'all. We demand change or suck my balls.
We demand change. Words from the lake.
We got six
Words
down
from the
here.
lake.
You want to see two? The house, man.
Tell them
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
All right, I'm seeing some of the crowd moving, so I'm gonna try and follow them up the road, see what's going on. Here, we can give you a view of some of the, there's some spray paint on the ground here. It says abolish the precincts, prisons, and PHA. PHA stands for the Philadelphia Housing Authority. A lot of people here, organizers and some of the residents or people involved with some of these encampments have been involved in setting up occupations of empty homes owned by the Philadelphia Housing Authority. Basically saying that, you know, if you're not going to house the homeless, we're going to just use your empty buildings to do it. So I'll have a better shot for you here soon. Looks like maybe police were moving in from another angle and a large group of the crowd moved to intercept. So we're gonna see what we can see.
Okay, guys, we still need to defend this end. We still need to defend this end too.
So let's see, sorry about that. Had to just try my best to hustle over here. So you can see there's a few, looks like there's a few police vehicles here. This truck enforcement vehicle sometimes has some extra stuff loaded in the back. So you can see people basically mobilized to set up some fencing here. So it looks like police might just sort of be trailing around the perimeter of the area, sort of gauging the crowd's response. When these two vehicles showed up here, behind me and to my right, about a few hundred people quickly ran up to put some barricades in the area. So it seems like the police are taking a slower approach. They were saying that they were going to be evicting this encampment at 9 a.m. It's now getting closer to 10, and they haven't, but they are certainly in the area with the presence. There's some more of it right here. So this is the Whole Foods that's right near the encampment. We're right near the Rodin Museum, and also a lot of fairly, pricier housing for wealthier people in Philadelphia that is immediately adjacent to the park behind me where the encampment is set up. So you can see some graffiti went up on the boarded up windows of this Whole Foods. Houses stand empty while homelessness grows. Who stands to profit? And then it says, somebody knows. I saw a picture of it, is how I know what it says. Yeah, some more barricades are going up over here.
Please stay here all day. They are just literally trying to terrorize our residents. Bear witness to that.
Can I ask, I'm live, can I ask you what you think about what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're trying to fucking terrorize our residents, and that is all they are doing right now. That is why they're fucking coming around here. That is why they fucking flew their fucking helicopters all night. And we want to keep our residents calm. We want our residents to know that we will rebuild if something happens here today.
Are you scared? You seem pretty shaken up.
I'm not scared, I'm fucking angry. I do cry when I'm angry, sorry guys. I'm fucking angry. Like, we have done so fucking much at this space for our residents, our community, and they think they can just come to
What do you think? What strategy do you think the police are using?
They're trying to terrorize us right now. They're trying to scare them. They think if they come around here, they're gonna scare them into moving away. We're not. We are here, and we have hundreds of people out here to help our residents, to defend our residents. And if they want to come through, because we will rebuild in the next few days. This is not fucking over right now, no matter what the fuck they do.
This bus for you. Yeah.
So, when you saw people rushing over here, was that because you started seeing more police?
The cops seem to be trying to come down the street. But we are watching every corner. If y'all stay out here with us all day, into the night, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna fucking brutalize people on TV? Are they? They fucking might, but then it's on TV. And people will know, and people will fucking ride over that shit. We saw it in early June. We are not letting them brutalize our black and brown residents. We are not letting them brutalize fucking anyone out here.
Did you see what happened earlier when some of the members of the clergy came in?
Yes, I did. I was down there.
Oh, but
No.
you talking about the clergy? Where were they on day one when we set up the
But
camp?
also, they are just introducing a program that these residents have already, a lot of them have already tried to use and have been kicked out of for dumbass reasons. Shelters take away people's freedoms. We are just asking for freedom for the homeless and the poor and the black and brown residents here.
So the paper just had like shelter information that was already.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
And they took some of our residents to shelters, and then they came back days later because, oh, I was at work, I missed curfew, and then the shelter kicked me out. Oh, I was drinking, the shelter kicked me out. Like, no, we want freedom for all of our fucking residents.
Do you have a name or something we can? A name that you're using?
Oh, Dominique.
Dominique. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is there anything you think? What do you think is an example of something the city could do, but they're choosing not to?
I know exactly what. They told in negotiations that they would give us 62 PHA houses into a community land trust ran by Philadelphia Housing Action, which helps us organize this. And then they took that back. They said, we don't give a fuck. So the immediate action they can do is transfer those properties over to Philadelphia Housing Action so that we can get people into those houses immediately. And until then, leave the camp alone. This is the only safe space for these people until they actually give them housing.
So if the police do come in here and do some sort of action to clear people out, what do you think that looks like tomorrow or the next day or next week?
Tomorrow, the next day, the next week, we're gonna rebuild. We're gonna talk to all our residents. We're gonna make sure that they have the immediate resources that they need, that we have been providing them. We're gonna make sure they have food. We're gonna make sure they have bedding and tents and whatever they need to keep them going until we rebuild the next encampment. Because we will rebuild a new encampment fucking tomorrow if we have to. This is not over today, no matter what they think they're gonna do.
What do you think about, so I've watched some of the city's press conferences and stuff, and they say that they're concerned about coronavirus spreading in the camp and that people might get West Nile virus from mosquitoes. What do you think about that?
We do testing for everything.
We get
That's why we got a
tested.
medical tent.
We have a medical
If the
tent.
city want to send their own people in the tents, let them. We'll welcome it. So we can dispel their lies.
Because it is a lie. How are we all? We are all out here every day in a community. So no, we're not spreading coronavirus because we see the same people every single day. It's the same as people who live with a bunch of roommates. If you live with a bunch of roommates, you're not spreading coronavirus within yourself if you are a contained space. So we're not spreading coronavirus out here.
So if they bust this space up, what do you think that's going to do to people's ability to access services?
I think it's going to lead them back into the same situation,
15th
the
Street and other
same
places.
cycle that they have already been in. And in terms of services, we know these residents. We are going to find them and we are going to continue providing them services.
And it's never gonna end.
And if they do
It's not going to end until they give them housing.
You send them into a broken system that need to be fixed.
What do you think, do you feel like you've learned anything new as a part of being involved in this camp and the struggle with the city? Or what do you think for people in other parts of the country, do you think there's any important takeaways here?
I've learned a lot of new things.
Yeah.
I've been out here with them for 2 months. They are my family now. But I did learn a lot of new things. I learned that a lot of the homeless in this city know each other. They care for each other already when they're out on the streets.
They've been in the system before.
They've been in the system. A lot of them know each other. A lot of them have connections. And by being in this space, we're allowing them to have those connections and also have the resources that they need.
Yeah.
They've made money off our bodies, and then they plan on us coming back so they can make more money off of us, and then throw us out again. That's what they do.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? So you're saying that
I've been in 2 programs. Each one of them made a lot of money for me, over $100,000 each time. And what they do is they find if you have a personality conflict or you report them for, in one of my cases, extortion after my federal funds, and if I didn't pay it, I was out the next day. Then, after my year was up, after they got paid, I want to say $130,000 for the year, and then when after my Social Security, they didn't give me my housing at the year's end. But a sex offender that they put in our house got hers in 6 months, and they let her lie about her crime the whole time she was there. But that's okay. So I got to go out and commit a crime to get my housing? This is ridiculous. Everybody here, like she said, basically knows each other either from the street or their programs. These corporate mongers are making money off our bodies every time we enter one of these programs. And then we go out and we come back again and the same thing happens. It's going to keep happening until they get up off their ass and do something about it. It's disgusting what they're doing.
So based on your experience, what do you think would actually be helping people and make it so it's not just an endless cycle?
She said about the land trust and the houses that are already available. They used to sell houses for $1 in the city that were abandoned. But as soon as they figured out that the gentrification was big money, they scooped them up and now they own them. Now, the other thing is there's one program I will say I believe is a good program, Pathways to Housing. Because they get you off the street immediately, put you in a place, a nice place, most of my seen, and they give you a group of people that support you when you first go in the place, and they keep supporting you. That would be a good idea. 2 ideas right there that I can think of. But the ideas of them getting money off drug and alcohol, housing. I'm triple ones. I've been homeless for 15 years, on and off. My son and me became homeless in 2005. Thank God my son had the strength. I'm older. I had a very bad accident. They threw me out with a bone fusion and told me I had 15 minutes to be out the door itself, a little over a year ago. I just ran into so many people that were in that program that got thrown out at the same time I did. They have to stop. This isn't working. And there's homeless all over. This isn't just one place. The whole city is jam-packed with homeless. This isn't going away. And the more we get together, the more people are going to come. And the more this is going to become a bigger problem for them. This isn't going to end until they come up with a good solution that's going to work.
Anything else you want to add?
No, that's about it.
All right, thank you.
Today, anyway, for right now.
Thanks.
So the cops come and they try to break us apart. Then it's going to be a problem.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Give me 1 second. I just got to check that my live equipment is still broadcasting. Trying out some new equipment here. Thanks for your patience. So yeah, there's some barricades in the streets and stuff here. All right, thanks for bearing with me. Sorry about that. Let's take a little bit more of a walk around the perimeter. So.
She says she's back. This is what I heard. Dina, I don't know her last name. She's still working.
So I don't know how many of these barricades were present before, but there's now looks like some of the city's barricades have been repurposed to sort of try to. I don't think it would entirely stop a police advance from this direction, but it would you know, they'll have to deal with it before they can come through or drive vehicles through. And so you can see this is some of the area of the encampment itself. Most of it is off to my left. I'm not really trying to zoom in too far on like people's living areas and stuff. But so let's take a walk down Pennsylvania and circle around. It seems like police aren't about to be raiding the camp in like the next 5 or 10 minutes. They were saying they would come in at 9, but also many of their previous eviction threats did not materialize. So it seems like maybe they're trying to psych people out, or, you know, sort of ready the ground before they move in. Let's take a look at some of these barricades. So yeah, a lot of construction pallets seem to have been repurposed. Your ad here, it's like a subway ad, but for the barricades. And so basically it looks like around this, all the way down Pennsylvania, and then all the way back around, you can see there's basically a perimeter of pallet jacks, or just of pallets, sorry. Yeah, I'm training on brand new equipment as well, so just thanks for putting up with it. We're gonna bring you back down to the front where I think there's some speeches. So yeah, Philly police may try to move in on this site today. If they do, they'll have their hands full. Alright. I'm with the Unicorn Riot. Does that make a difference? I'm just gonna cut straight down there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So people are like working checkpoints on the site. I have heard that some local residents from like the wealthier neighborhoods immediately surrounding this park, some of them like make use of the baseball diamond that we saw, and I think some of them have been behind some of the more eager pushes to try to clear the area, or at least like calling police and making complaints and things like that. All right, we're almost there. Thanks for bearing with me.
They are evicting Camp Teddy right now. If you have press that you can get there, get there. The other encampment on Ridge, they're evicting them right now.
What is that, 20th of what?
21st of Ridge. See, this is what the city does. We have been demanding housing for months. On this. This protest has been going on for months. Once again, the city is evicting, taking people's possessions and raiding Camp Teddy at 21st and Ridge right now. So if you can get there, get there. We need this march for the American people to see. We need the American people to see just how fucked up our government is.
Go over to 29th and Ridge.
So get to 21st and Ridge now.
Go to 21st and Ridge.
So Camp Teddy is the other occupation encampment outside the Philadelphia Housing Authority headquarters.
We need the
They're saying police are moving there.
To 21st and Ridge right now because the inhumane treatment that they're gonna give to the people needs to be documented. We need you to document what they are doing at Camp Teddy right now. If you hear at all because this issue has any kind of concern to you, then take your cameras over to 21st now.
Everybody has to approve. We have people.
Document that shit.
We have people here and there. Here and there. No.
Not all of them.
We're here and there.
Teddy's getting ready.
Yeah, I'm about to head over.
Go there. I got work at 10:30.
All right.
If you notice, there's no real police officer with any kind of power out here. There's no city official out here with any kind of power. Because at the end of the day, they don't take